All right, wow. Appreciate you clicking on this video. Like, subscribe, click all the stuff down below. The Broadhead challenge is heating up. We've already had one upset, which shocked me. Let me know if you watched the Amazon Broadhead versus the Ozcut Creature video. That one was a little bit controversial, you might say. Anyway, Black Flag, use TripleRwoods at checkout. Rambo Bikes, use TripleRwoods at checkout. Palmetto Precision Strings, shoot him a message, say you saw this video, and he'll hook you up with a little discount. His strings are fantastic. I prefer somebody that puts time and effort and precision instead of just how quick can we pump strings out. Deer season's gonna be here before you know it. You better get those orders in quick. Let's get to it. So this is one of the videos I've been wanting to make for a long time. Ever since I got this idea and I started kind of collecting broadheads, these two were ones that I thought they could be interesting and they might be the reason I switched. So first and foremost, we've got Tooth of the Arrow. Supposedly broadhead field point accuracy, solid piece, heavy duty. This is a 1-inch cut. I mean, everything you hear about 100% US made, heat treated for toughness, 100% true single piece. Everything about it sounds awesome. So we're gonna put it to the test against the Hellakill. It's a new company. When I saw I think I saw their ad on Instagram. I paid for these full price. They are $100 for 3 of them. They are expensive. But if they work and if they shoot good, they might be worth it. So these are intriguing, and I thought, man, these would be great. These are the single piece side. We are on to testing. So what makes these unique is these are the Hellakill or Hellakill or whatever you want to call it. They are a double bevel, but they are a twist to them, a helical to them, hence the play on the term Hellakill or Hellakill or whatever you want to call it. They are very intriguing. These actually are the only ones I think are 125s. I bought these with the idea that I was going to actually just try to hunt with them. So I bought 125s, and then I decided, I need to do the test with them. So they're not 100 grains, they're 125. So they're the only one in the whole test that are a little different. Put an asterisk next to it, or whatever you need to do. But these are the Hellakill, and these are the Tooth of the Arrow. They are 100 grain. So a little smaller cut. I know they make an XL, but this one is 100 grain, kind of a smaller cutting diameter, but it's 4 blades instead of 3. A lot of the solids we've been testing are 3 blades. So we'll test this one as well. It ought to make a big hole if it can fly straight. So let's start checking the quality control. All right, so we'll start off with the Tooth of the Arrow. These should be 100 grains, 100 on the money. 100 on the money. 100 perfect. I mean, that's about as good as it gets as far as quality control. Assuming they're not going to whistle and stuff like that, assuming they're not going to be broken and dented up, which they advertise that they're tough, so that shouldn't be really an issue. But let's check their diameter, their cutting diameter, the widest point on them. It's actually almost perfectly 1 inch. I don't know if you can see it, but it's 0.94. So that's actually a really good, accurate description of that cutting diameter. That's the widest point, from the widest tip to the widest tip. Almost perfect. So when it comes to quality control, the Tooth of the Arrow is kind of setting the bar. All right, let's go to the Hellakill. I love their little tube that they send these in. It's pretty neat way to package and transport them. Maybe that's why they're $30-something a piece. So these should be 125. 126. Zero that bag out because it was moving a little bit. 125.8. 125.8. 125.4. So pretty good for 125, off just less than a grain. The widest cut on these, which I don't even know what they advertise. These are actually saying they are 0.74. See if we can get a little wider here. 0.870. So oddly enough, which you wouldn't think it just by looking at them, the Tooth of the Arrow actually has the wider cutting diameter. Like from tip to tip on this, it's 1 inch nearly, basically. And this is like what do we say, 0.8 .45, so 0.845. So this one, it's about 1/10 of an inch wider, 1/10 and a half maybe wider, which is kind of surprising because this looks so much bigger. And this is 125 and this is only 100. So I bet if you bump this one up to a 125, you could get a little wider diameter with it as well. So let's go shoot them, see how they do accuracy wise. We will put the helical on the white tack vanes fletchings. Again, if this is your first time watching, we'll go through these again. This is a 300 spine HLR with a 2.75 tack driver with a cheap Amazon knock, 100 grains up front, except for today, the Hellakill is gonna have 125 up front. These come in at 409 grains, 293 feet per second out of a Darton Tritech 33 at 29-inch draw, 14.9% FOC. So that's our stats. Now let's go see how they shoot. The first thing we're gonna do, and I know the lighting's not great, it's just hot and nasty and sunny out. We're gonna try 125 practice tips. I've got a mark for 100 grain tip at 57 yards. I know where it should be. I know on the sight tape where 100 grain tips hit. I don't necessarily know where 125 hits. So I'm gonna shoot a couple with 125s just to get a mark for the 125. I'm gonna just probably add a couple yards and we'll see how close they are to where we're going. So pretty good for our practice tips. All right, practice tips are good. Since we've got our mark for the 125 broadhead, let's go ahead and shoot the Hellakill, 57 yards. Way left. Left with it. They do seem to be flying straight, like as you watch them leave the bow, they're flying like darts. Oh, that one totally missed the block. I don't know if that's me. I may go reshoot that one. All right, full transparency, I've said it in every video. If I make a bad shot, I withhold the right to go have a mulligan. That's my first mulligan of all these tests, but it is a mulligan. I shanked that shot hard. All right, last shot for Hellakill. That one I saw a little bit of parachuting on the vanes as it went off. All right, tooth of the arrow. 57 yards at tooth of the arrow, broadhead. Last shot for tooth of the arrow. That sounded loud. I hope I did not hit an arrow. All right, wow. This, let me pull that one out a little bit. This is the tooth of the arrow broadheads, all three right here. That's a heck of a group right here. This is a practice shot. This is a practice shot. Let me pull them. So those are our two practice shots. They're gone. The Hellakill aren't bad. I mean, I had that one shank that I just shanked it, and they're hitting left anyway. And then I pulled it a little further left, and so it's off the block here. Not bad. I would just have to make some adjustments to get these to hit in the right. These would only just have to come up. I just need to bring my sight tape, adjust my sight tape. That's impressive. That ain't bad. Let's pull them. We may shoot a couple more. Here's the situation we're in. Because the tooth of the arrow broadheads were so accurate, I thought I heard a loud noise. It knocked one of the blades off of one of the broadheads when this one came in and stacked in right beside it, and you can see it's got a nick out of the blade as well. I don't knock that as far as durability goes. I mean, I think they're not built to be smacked with another steel piece of broadhead at 300 feet a second. But what it does affect is we can't shoot groups anymore because A, this one's already busted and this one's Mark II, and I need one for the durability test that is clean. So I've only got one tooth of the arrow that's ready to shoot for durability. So we're done with the accuracy part of this. We're gonna see how this one flies durability wise. With the tooth of the arrow. All right, this is the Hellakill. And this is the tooth of the arrow. First glance, the Hellakill's center punch is bigger. Blades look like they all cut good on all four of them, on all of them. They really made good holes, good cuts, clean. If you look at the backside, the Hellakill might be a little more just smashed because of the twirling of those blades, but both of them are great. The Hellakill might just have a little bit bigger center hole punch. So from a durability standpoint, after being shot through that plywood, both look good. I mean, no tip folding over, still sharp. I mean, both of them could use a little sharpening with the blade, but with the sharpener, but nothing bad, nothing majorly bent or anything like that. Let's spin them real quick. I don't see any wobble. Tooth of the arrow still looks really solid. Hellakill looks good still. Both of these are extremely durable, which is awesome that they're that durable. As far as the ability to, we're going to sharpen these blades because we shot through plywood or shot a deer or whatever. This one's a double bevel. The problem with this one's going to be it has that little bend to it, so getting it to sharpen and clean up is a little bit tougher. But it does seem like it's working. You just got to kind of go at an angle. I don't know if you'll be able to tell it there, but we were able to kind of clean those, but you're going to have to do it on every side because I guess these are a single bevel. I thought they were double bevel that whole time. Single bevel, sorry. But these do clean up good. Tooth of the arrow should clean up as well. They are the double bevel. I don't know if I said that backwards or not in the beginning. These are very easy to sharpen because they're that straight bevel. I don't know that it'll show in the video, but they sharpen and clean up really nice on this sharpening tool, just with the straight edges that they've got. All right, so let's talk score, because that's really what we're here for, is how do they score. The accuracy wise, the Hellakill wasn't bad. They're left. The group wasn't necessarily tight. It's just kind of all scattered left. Not bad, not a bad group, but definitely hitting left for some reason. You could argue that, well, if you change your fletch to the right instead of a slight left offset, maybe they would spin the same or something. I don't know. Nonetheless, just going out and shooting them the way we did today, they hit left. So, and not a great tight group. The Hellakill, the Tooth of the Arrow, was extremely tight. So tight that it busted busted two of the broadheads. And I think the rule is going to be, if you break other broadheads in the same group of the same kind, you get a perfect score, because it doesn't get any better than that. So a 25 for Tooth of the Arrow, a 20 for Hellakill. Price, Hellakill is $100 for a 3-pack, and I think they were 110. They may have actually come down a little bit, but they were right around $100 for a 3-pack, and you're just getting 3 broadheads. I think Beast are actually slightly less expensive, and Beast are kind of the expensive ones. But so I gave them a 13 for price value. Now they're a small company starting up. Maybe that's what they got to do till you get established. I don't know. I've never been in that situation, but they're just a little high right now compared to the others. Tooth of the Arrow price was right around $50, $48, I believe, which is a touch high. So I just gave them, I just knocked them a point on that. You could maybe say an 18 or a 17 just for being, if 40 is kind of the sweet spot for broadheads, they're 48. So they're a touch high. But I at least took 1 point off on that. Wound channel, the Hellakill makes a cool wound channel. This is out of 15. I gave them a 14. That spin as it hits is really pretty cool. When you're pulling it out, you can definitely feel it, unspinning out of the block, which is, I want to shoot some with them, just see how they shoot. But they were not as wide as Tooth of the Arrow. The Tooth of the Arrow had a wider cut by, I think, a 1/15 of an inch. So You know, this wound channel is going to have 4 blades. The Hellakill is only going to have 3, and it's a little bit bigger as well. So there's that. Durability. Even though Tooth of the Arrow busted one up, it was due to another piece of steel hitting it. So as long as I'm not hunting anything that's steel, I feel like I'm gonna be okay. I gave them both a 15 out of durability. Both of them shot through the plywood. I could resharpen both of them and go hunt today. So I think both of them durability-wise are perfect. Quality control, Tooth of the Arrow was spot on. They're 100 grains. The Hellakill was just like a little bit over, not even, I think it was just less than a grain. Both of them are really good. I didn't hear any whistling out of either. Let me know from the audio if you hear some kind of whistling or something. People have said solid ones whistle. I didn't hear any whistling on either of these. So I gave them, as far as quality control, both a 15. Both of them, I mean, what else can you ask for? They're solid, they didn't dent, you could resharpen, you could reshoot. Features, both are resharpenable. That's really about the only feature you're gonna get. The Hellakill might be slightly harder to resharpen. You could bump this down to an 8 since they do have that spin to them. They're gonna be a little harder to get a fine sharpen to them. But both are resharpenable. You know, no practice heads coming with a solid or anything like that. So I gave them both a 10 on that. That's really the only feature you're going to get, I think, out of a solid head. You might get some that there were some that did 100 grain head, but you could put a 25 grain attachment to it, so you could get a 125 with the same head. I haven't seen that in a while, so I don't know if anybody's doing that anymore, but those would be something like that would be what you could get. So I can't believe this, but Tooth of the Arrow's got a 99 out of 100 right now. That's insane. Hellakill got an 87. Obviously the biggest thing that hurts them, they wasn't as accurate, and their price is pretty high. All right, so would I hunt with either of these broadheads? Absolutely. I think both of them could be great. I think you could, and I might hunt with this, even though the score wasn't as good, you know, had some things that I would do differently. I might hunt with it because I just want to see what the blood trail looks like with this cool looking helical blade. But I would have to adjust my sight a little bit. I have to move it over a little bit to the left so I could get it sighted in for just this, which I don't really want to do. That is extra work. If I'm going elk hunting and I need a big single piece or single bevel broadhead, maybe I'll tune for that. But I'm going whitetail hunting. I shouldn't have to retune for just this broadhead and then have to shoot just this broadhead every time I practice. Tooth of the Arrow flew just like a field tip. I mean, and they advertise that, and they're pretty spot on accurate. I kind of want to explore some different ones to see, you know, a little bit bigger cutting diameter. If I can get over an inch, you know, how does that look? How does that fly? Because I was pretty impressed with the way this thing flew and the durability of it as well. Obviously, I'd love to be getting a 2 or 3 inch cut every time, but that's just not reality, I think, a lot of times, especially if you're looking at something that I could resharpen and reuse. It's just probably not the reality of it. But no knock on this one. This company's starting up. Go check them out if you hadn't already. It's a really neat idea. It's a really cool looking broadhead. If you've killed with either, let me know how they did. Tooth of the Arrow's been around for a little while. Let me know your thoughts on Tooth of the Arrow broadheads. I'm pretty impressed with this 100 grain. I might have to get some more. Tooth of the Arrow's moving on to the next round, and we'll catch you on the next one. Check out Rambo Bikes. Use TripleRwoods at checkout. It'll save you some money. It allows me to buy $100 broadheads so that I can do this test and smash them through wood. So go check them out. Save you some money. Use TripleRwoods at checkout. Black Flag, if you're ordering Black Flag supplements, hydration, energy, creatine, all that stuff, use TripleRwoods at checkout. It'll save you some money. And the cool thing is, you don't have to spend $100 to get free shipping. They do free shipping and no taxes no matter what. If you order 1 canister of some energy, some Red Tide energy, you don't have to pay shipping, you don't have to pay sales tax, and you get to save 20%. So go check them out. Appreciate it. Appreciate you guys for watching. Leave a comment. It helps the algorithm, and we can keep growing and keep expanding this.